Finding your way. Why? Because we have a huge transition in my house. And so that's going to be a very unique thing that comes up. And so I am excited to talk about kind of that pathway and how you find your way and the things that you look for and the strengths and weaknesses and all the things that you can do. Um, Number one, I'm going to say this. My beloved is about to get the highest academic honor in the United States. She is about to defend for her PhD, her doctorate tomorrow. So, anybody out there that's a believer, please keep her in your prayers. It is amazing. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to be stand beside her and support her and take care of her and get ready to show off the fact that she's an incredible researcher and she's amazing. And anybody that is looking to create a life like that, she is wicked smart, so amazing. But it causes like paths to change. So you think that you have a certain way, you think that you have it figured out. And particularly when you're in your 20s. Why? Because I can tell you right now that when I was in my 20s, oh, I had a rule book. My poor wife. I had a rule book when we were dating, and I was like, "This is the rules. We follow the rules. We don't get outside the rules. If we don't follow the rules, then things are wrong." And so it's like this big thing. And so I went ahead and talked a lot about that, a lot about what that meant, and kind of how that worked. And I was like, if we stay within these boundaries and we check those boxes off, then everything's going to be great. And there were some parts of that were true. There were some we set a good foundation. We talked about what we wanted. We talked about who we were and kind of how we work together and build a life together, and that was great. But there was always a little bit of a chance of a curveball, and that curveball is what scares people. So you have to always know, how do you find your way when there's a curveball. One of the ways that I like to do that is, one, you have to know yourself very, very well. You have to know who you are. You have to know what is going on in your life. And you have to be really good about analyzing it. You have to look at it and go and being very, very honest with yourself. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. But you have to be very honest with yourself and say, this is who I am. And this is like what I'm about. And so it allows the opportunity for you to be like, okay, this is what I can do. And this is what works and what doesn't. Thank you all for coming on. I appreciate it. Is it hey Naha? But hello. But thank you for coming on, and hello Jaden. I appreciate it. So, but there's a lot happening, and the world is moving very fast, and there's a lot of relationships being built, connections being built, and every step that we take is towards a goal that we want. So if for some reason that path or that way that we think we're going takes a detour or a change, or there's a dramatic thing that happens, either good or bad, it causes us to question it. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you guys. Uh, so it really does change what we're doing. uh, Oklahoma. So ultimately, it is something that we are all working on, and we are all trying to be better and guiding people. So there's a couple different ways I want you to do that. One, I want you to know what you're about. I want you to know who you are, and I want to know where you can help others, because I think helping others is important. And if you are doing that and building those relationships and those networks, then what happens is you end up connected to someone. Being connected to someone helps. It creates an opportunity for you guys to support one another. Now, I also believe that you should uh, know who you are. You should help those behind you and bring those up, younger people or people like that. Or you should also reach up, meaning looking for a mentor, a person that can help you and guide you and make that happen. So, again, that is very, very important for that to happen. So, which one and how do you find those people is a good question. If you're looking for a vision or a dream, one of the things that I can always point you to is visioning and dreaming. I have a lot of content on that. You can go back in my self improvement channel and check that out. Then what you'll do is build that out. Then you go find the person that has what you want. When you find that person that has what you want, then you start talking to them and visiting with them. So, by Jaden, at this point, you let them know what you're looking for, the opportunities that you're seeking, and the people around you that can be helpful. Then you're building a network, and the network that you build and the connections that you make are important as well, because when you need something, those are the people you're going to go to. Those are the people when when you're struggling or it's difficult, they'll be the ones that will walk beside you and be beside you and help and guide you. So that is important. When we look at our future and what we're trying to create, we want to bring the right people along. So looking out there and seeing the people that are doing the thing the right way, making sure that they are where you want to be and that they have done it the way that you want them to do it. So that then you're like, okay, we can connect. Now, if you're not sure, let's say I'm not sure what path I want to even go on. Then what can happen is you go in and you look at people and you say, hey, how did you get there? What degree did you need? What is a day in the life like for you? And then you can go and do like a ride along, but it's like a follow along in somebody's career. So I do suggest you do not go for a career job, ride along, whatever, walk along for just an hour. I suggest you spend the whole day with them from the morning until the evening. Why? Because you need to learn. For example, if you want to be a nurse, that could be a 12 to 14-hour day. It's not going to be a 2 hour day where you're going to get to go have fun. And a business, a lot of times, will give you the PR version of their work. So if you spend a whole day with them, then that will let you see what that looks like. And you'll see some of the things that they can control and things they can't. So you got to be very observant when you're doing that. You're looking around at what's happening. You're asking people that work at the company or the organization. You are making sure that what you're seeing and what you're hearing is the truth. And you're making sure that happens so that when you walk into that organization, that pathway, you know what's going to happen. Now, to be fair, you can do all of that. You can think you know, you can have a plan, you can have it set, and then again, a curveball will hit. All of a sudden, what you think will happen doesn't. So you have to have plan B. Plan B could be that you're looking at something else. Maybe you have another friend that you have, and I tell people you should not only want to do one thing. I think everybody's way that they look at things should be a triangle, right? There should be three different things that you love. And the three things that you love, you should, if you do those three things on a daily basis, you will be fulfilled in what you do. So I love educating, I love teaching, I love the political world or government world, and I love food. I love the way food is grown, the way food is made. I like to cook. I love it. So if I'm doing all three of those things, or I'm getting those three things in my world, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I can learn about food. I can learn about gardening. I can watch other YouTubers. Some of my favorite YouTubers that I've watched for a long time, Whispering Willow Farms. I love, and I mean, I have farmers that Bad Baxter Farm is incredible. I really just love amazing, amazing people that are passionate about what they do. If you have farmers that you think I should watch, please put it in the comments. Or you have a YouTube channel you think I should watch that deals with food or like teaching or something in that realm, please let me know. Cooking, I love it. Those would be things for me to watch. But so I hope, again, when I'm looking at pathways, I also am looking at what my plan is for the future. And I think I know. Now I'm almost 50, so I'm like, it's at this point, it's like I think I have an idea of what's gonna happen. But at the same time, again, every time I think I know, there's going to be a little bit of curveball. There's going to be a change. There's going to be something that I'm not necessarily prepared for, but that's okay because I've had life experience and I've been through that. So I want to make sure that with those changes, I'm okay. I know what to do. I know who to contact. I know my support system. I know who I'm going to go to that's going to keep it real and tell me exactly what they're thinking. I also know the person that's going to be the nurturer or caretaker and going to be like, let me help you and walk with you during the situation because it's difficult. I also know the people that are going to be like, let's forget about this and go do something fun. And we have to have all those people in our lives because we need all of them. When we use them is different. So if you're being honest, are you being honest to be nice? Are you being honest to be brutal? And there's sometimes some people who just want to be brutal and they want to be honest, and it's a way for you to be kind of nasty sometimes. Other times, It is that you're the nurturer caretaker. You're the one that they're gonna go to, and they're gonna talk to and reason things out and visit. Now they're beating their head against the wall doing the same thing over and over again, and you're making you crazy. You got to be like, why am I doing this? If you are gaining something from that, that's great. If you are giving to them and then not gaining anything from it, and it's exhausting you and causing you problems, I don't think that's probably a good idea. And maybe you got to find a different way to support that person. So then there's also the idea that what systems do you have in place? Do you have counseling systems? Do you have religious church systems? Do you have thank you, Pokemon Hero. I appreciate you subscribing. Do you have religious systems? Do you have all like family systems or friend groups that are all guiding you and helping you? Do you have a work environment that's supportive? Do you have, uh, is your financial system supportive? I mean, are all the things that you need supportive so that you can create this opportunity that you're looking for? Because again, your pathway you are not alone walking on a pathway. You're just not. There are people always coming into that path. And what you do when that person arrives, and whether you're prepared to do the right thing and create the opportunity that you want, it all sets it up. But you got to be ready to do it and do the work on your end too. So we all have an opportunity to grow together. We have an opportunity to connect. We have an opportunity to build relationships and build friendships and build pathways that are going to be incredibly successful for all of us. The thing that we always have to remember is we're not by ourselves. We need to know who we are, and then we need to help those younger than ourselves by looking back and saying, "Let me guide you. Let me tell you what I did well and didn't do well." And you know what? They're not probably not going to listen. I'll be honest with you. You're going to tell them, and they're going to be like, "Grandpa, you don't know what you're talking about." But then ultimately, if you give them the information later, they'll be able to pull from it and be like, "I remember when that kid told me this. I remember when that guy told me this," and that will help guide them in their next step that they're taking. And then ultimately you will reach up to somebody to and they will hopefully guide you and give you a boost and help you in your business or what you're doing so that you can do better and create a better life for you and your family and the people around you. These are ways that I think are important for us to find our pathway, to understand that it can be challenging, but we can get through it. Resilience and fortitude and sticking together, creating community, and guiding each other is important. So I hope that this has been helpful. It's not very long, but you know what? I don't need it to be because I want you to get something from it. It's quick. If you want a whole lot more information on helping yourself and guiding what you're doing, you can go to two different places. One, my podcast, which is Car Chat Podcast. I have all the podcasts on there. You can check them out. Also, I have Self Improvement in Business. That is where you'll find a lot of things to deal with building your self worth, risk, building a business, marketing, if you want to do on that side. And there's a lot built into that for people that are looking to guide themselves and create an awesome life for themselves and others. And so I hope that you go and check that out. And thank you so much, everybody, for being on. I appreciate you. And I will see you again next week.